So I've just been looking at my emails this morning, and I have, from the start of this year, applied for over 100 jobs. I've applied on LinkedIn, I've applied on c.com.au, I've applied on Glassdoor, I've applied on even Gumtree. I've reached out to mediocre and high turnover rate jobs like, I don't know, gardening and things like laboring and things. And everywhere it just feels to me that I need some sort of qualification to do even the most mediocre jobs. So you might be honestly questioning how many people comes back to me after 100 job applications being sent out. Funnily enough, only around 10 or 11 came back, and all of them stopped replying after one or two emails being sent out to sincerely meet them. Out of the 100 applications, I've done at least probably 70 on seek.com.au. And for all of you that doesn't know, the seek.com.au is flooded with HR managers that just profiteer on behalf of the employers that should be posting the job offers. Normally, these people will tell you a time and date that they want and will meet you, and you will not be able to negotiate anything else. I have had 7 people who came back to me and told me, "Hi, I saw your advert and your email and resume that you sent in to me. You should meet me on Wednesday, 11 a.m." And immediately when I tried to negotiate with them and said, "I'm sorry, but 11 a.m. would not work. What about Friday? What about Thursday?" They stopped replying. On LinkedIn, I've had one person coming to me after around 40 or 50 job applications I sent in. One person wanted me to work for free, and he apparently said, quote unquote, that I would pay you funds when I have the funds, but for now you would have to work for free. I'm more than willing to work for 3 or 4 days, but I can't work for free for a longer period of time, as I need to sustain a roof over my head and I need to sustain myself. I need to have food to eat. So obviously I told him that that's fine. I'll be able to work for free for a week maximum, but I need to get paid after that. He stopped replying after I sent him that email. To me, the impediment is this pettiness from employers thinking that it's some sort of luxury for them to employ you. It's some sort of luxury that that they have to be able to employ people. And what you've seen with Malcolm Sutherland is exactly the same type of scenario. We're all just trying to be people who try and make a living. We're not shooting for the highest of heights. We're just trying to get a mediocre job to be able to sustain ourselves and to live a life with our families, but we're not even getting the chance. Through my early years, I've started fostering myself with an engineering degree that was very difficult for me to get. I was being told that very few people study engineering or graduate with professional engineering, which is true. But I've also been told that there would be a great number of job prospects. I was being promised by even the people I knew. I was being promised by lecturers. I was being promised by friends, of parents, of family members that they would give me a job as soon as I graduate. As soon as I graduated, I phoned all those people, probably 11 to 12 contacts, asking them for a job. All of them tried to spin a message to me that unfortunately the company either went down or they can't hire any more people, but they will look out for me. Sooner, I've gotten them to give me contacts of other people who said exactly the same thing to me, that they will look out for me. I've now waited for around a month or 2 months without getting anything back from them. None of them are willing to hire me. For even I've told them like, and they even came back to me and told me, uh, just remember it's not about the money. You're not going to get the most. And I was willing to tell them, listen, I'm aware I won't get the most amount of money. I would just want to get started in the process of working. I need to sustain a roof over my head, obviously. So it's not the money that really bothers me at this point. I'm willing to do anything. Just give me anything. I've gotten to this conclusion that work really today is a luxury. And to sit on the street is probably the mean and is going to become the common triad of pretty much our whole society. I'm getting a more depressed view on the world as I see that after 100 job applications from the start of this year, or from the start of February, I'm really getting no one who is willing to give me a good shot. I'm sitting here in the house of my parents without securing a job, without the ability to actually get something sustainable. I've given up a very good opportunity to go overseas. I did mention I did get a job in, funnily enough, Ukraine. I've got an engineering job, but I don't have the fees to go there. So I ended up scraping that possibility and started searching for more and more jobs. I applied 3 to 4 jobs per day. There was a month that I didn't apply for jobs, and I'm very aware I was busy with other things. But these last few weeks, I've applied sometimes 9 to 10 jobs a day, and I have just gotten mediocre feedback from people either want me to work for free or just unwilling to pay me or just doesn't come back to me and just blatantly tell me that my skills and experience aren't suited for the job when it's blatantly only a cleaning or a sales position. I have many experience in sales, but they will only hire people who are sales graduates, whatever that might mean. I'm really baffled at the way that this world is going to go. When people who have to study a very intrinsically hard degree cannot even foster a job. Sometimes I wish I was the Silver Surfer in the Marvel universe that can just jump on my board and just change worlds and go to another dimension. But unfortunately, no such world exists. I think we're all just being thrown into a world where we're trying to make a measly existence and nothing gets to surface. I don't know how post-millennials or millennials will ever make this world. I don't know how the next generation will foster in a world like this, where robots will take over the world. I mean, we're in my degree of electronics engineering, we're speaking about a whole market of picking and packing, a warehouse work where I worked in before that's getting overswept by marketing robots who are taking over the work of workers without giving out another opportunity of work for them, which means we basically have the sense of laboring intrusion from these robots without offering a different type of laboring position. So the robotic sector are stealing jobs from laborers. They're replacing even salespeople in front of counters, and those people are left without jobs, and they're not even being given another chance to work. This type of demographics, and I'm sorry, I'm quite depressed because of this, but this type of demographics really depresses you when you look at things square in the face. If you look at the unemployment demographics, I will post charts very soon, but even from 2010 or 2008, where the supposed recession was, till now, the unemployment rate seems to actually be quite the same or even declined. So my question is, did the recession really get better? If things are going this way and we're being lied by the government that we should all study these way out work courses and degrees, and then we're being left on the shelf in the end of doing that. We're not even being given. I mean, I've been on LinkedIn. I tell you, some of the positions have, please quote me on this, but over 120 applicants per one job, per one job vacancy. And the jobs that doesn't get these types of numbers aren't really worthwhile to take in anyway. They actually demand traveling or extra fees or hundreds of other dollars, so they won't be getting applicants. But domestic applicants can range from everything from 150 to 210 applicants per one post and position. I mean, how is it possible to not get really depressed by seeing these type of things? I'm sitting here at my parents' house. I'm looking around me. I'm living in a very nice place, actually close to the nature, very close to nature. But I don't know how I'm ever going to get on my 2 feet. Every day I start getting worried more about my future. I'm a man of 27 years old. I mean, I studied my whole life. I've studied since I was 20 years old. I studied on 2 degrees. I'm now graduated and I can't start my life. And I might become the next Malcolm Sutherland. I might get stuck being 35 and I have pending health problems. I don't have the finances. I need a job to get that done with. I really have a few spears aimed at me at this point. And I'm not the only one. There are many of my own friends who graduated kin to me, shoulder to shoulder with engineering degrees in my class who are sitting unemployed right now. At least half of the people in my class don't have work. At least half of them have to go to picking and packing jobs or warehouse jobs. At least 60 to 70%, and I'm being humble saying this, that 60 or 70%, I don't even know about the other 30%, I'm pretty sure that 60 to 70% of the people who graduated within my friendship group with similar degrees like food technology, product development, are now either unemployed or working in warehouses they were working when they were studying. This demographic should shock everybody. And for everybody that wants to study engineering, I would say take a second look at it. If you are an electrical engineer in today's world, you would have 4 or 5 jobs opening up probably a week that's in your area at most, and you would have over 100 applicants per one position. Rarely you would get graduate positions where one recruiting firm will hire a number of graduates. But even for the firms that says they will not hire a number of graduates, would only hire at maximum 10 applicants, which means you would be left with at least 10% of the people who apply would have a chance of getting there. And they're all people with experience. Many of these companies, very, very rarely will they hire graduates or fresh out of college graduates. People despise fresh out of college graduates because they're wasting money, they need training, and difference in what's before believed. Fresh out of college graduates have nothing to really bring to the industry. The industry want people with experience. They want people with 10 or to 20 to 30 years of experience to make the job. So if you're in the engineering or technology or in science sectors, even today a lab rat looking at testing samples need about the same qualifications than someone who's doing a cleaning job with only a white card and a SIE badge. To me, I never thought we'd ever enter into a pinnacle of the world where you need a white card to be able to do a simple laboring, a moving and picking up job like a laborer needs a white card, and a security officer needs an SIA badge, and you need basically a license to be a barista these days. To just make coffee, you need a license. Otherwise, they won't. And you need 3+ years experience as a barista to be able to perform as a barista in any work. What type of bullshit is that? You can get quick barista training with less than an hour. It doesn't take a skilled barista to be able to understand how to operate a barista machine. It's a very simple machine to use. Any monkey can do a barista course. Any monkey could pass it with flying colors. And even if you get the barista course, there's no guarantee you will ever get jobs. I'm sorry for the rant, I'm just really pissed off. It seems like all of us on this channel, or Malcolm's channel, or on similar and related channels have the same problem. We're all just trying to be people who did the best we could in life, and we're not even being given a good opportunity. We're not all people who just want to climb up the CEO ladder. Some of us just wants to make a living, and we're more than willing to do everything we can to just get paid for our jobs. Many of us just want a job Monday to Friday and feel that we're part of humanity. We want to have medical schemes and the ability to be healthy, but we're not even giving that chance. And I'm just not seeing a future that can ever be lived like this. I'm seeing that the future will be overtaken by robots who can do the jobs much more efficient than us, where people will sit with our jobs, and we'll have a small number of people who will be able to foster jobs and share their jobs with underpaid outsiders and third world country enthusiasts coming in and streaming into our countries to do jobs that's of a lower wage than what they pay domestically. I don't think I'll rant any longer because I'm quite cynical about the nature of affairs of where this world is going. I'm quite cynical that if the suicide rate doesn't decrease, it's definitely going to increase or double by 3 or triple even. And then they ask why youngsters seems to die this early, why people overwork themselves and die of heart attacks. This is why. Because when people get pushed so far, they stress themselves out and they die. That's what happens to people. We aren't robots. We aren't just binary numbers. We're individuals. We can give to the world in an emotional sense too. We can think. We have a personality.